Hey everyone, hope you had a uh, wonderful day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. I'm trying something a little bit different with these next two videos that I'm filming. I'm actually trying to use a little bit of a different software this time. So I'm going to go over all the albums from my favorites from last year. I do have this notebook here where I take a whole bunch of notes for what I listen to each year. And again, if I'm looking, I'm trying to understand how all this works with this new software. But as you can see here, I took a bunch of notes last time that I was listening to. I listened to about 55 albums last year, and I had boiled everything down that I liked to about 21 or so. So these next couple of videos, I'm doing two videos. So the first video is going to be 21 through 11, and then the top 10 will be the next video after that. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Join the pirate crew. Like, subscribe, and ring the ship's bell to be notified when the captain posts new content. So the very first one, and I'm going to try my best to have the images on screen. I can't play you any songs, unfortunately, because of the copyright and the way everything is, but just go ahead and check these out for yourself. But first is going to be For Melancholy Brunettes and Sad Women by Japanese Breakfast. What I really liked was the awesome soundscapes throughout this. One thing I really appreciated was the vocals. It really nailed this, the feeling that the title was suggesting. One song I really liked was the song Honey Water. Men in Bars is a highlight. I think Jeff Bridges was featured on that song as well. So it's really was really a fun track to listen to. It brought this moody, really awesome, melancholy vibe, as they would call it. The next one is going to be Luminescent Creatures by Ichiko Aoba. This is another heavy soundscapey record. The whole time I felt like I was floating in glowing waters. It's one of the couple that were not really heavily English based, and it was really nice just to listen to and have the feeling of everything that went through. It was really just interesting to sit and listen to. Back to back, they kind of had the same vibe, the melancholy-ish, floating kind of music vibe that was really just really nice. Next up is gonna be Cryogeyser or Cryogeyser, however you pronounce it. Self-titled album. This really gave me indie rock darling vibes. One song that was really a highlight for me was Mountain featuring Wednesday. It was a really good track. Just indie rock to the T, to the nines. Really, really awesome stuff. Next is going to be Animality Opera. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. By Foxy Shazam. This was the first time I've actually heard of this band. And right from the get-go, I knew it was something different and refreshing. The very first track had unique time signatures. There's this really unique sound to it. It's really hard to describe without actually listening to it itself. But it's just really interesting. Like I said, it's hard to classify their sound. It's very 90s, but also early 2000s. It's its own unique thing, and I recommend any of them that you're seeing here. Take a listen to. They're really, really awesome. All the stuff here is really good stuff. Last year had some really, really good music. Next up is Hello, My Name is Lisa Heller by Lisa Heller. Hello, My Name is EP. This was, some years I don't allow myself to have EPs, honestly, but this is one exception, really because I love Lisa Heller and the music that Lisa puts out. I was familiar with Lisa's music via Instagram, and it was an instant fall in love moment when I heard the first track. Not from this, just when I first heard Lisa's music. And the way Lisa approaches music is just it's comforting. I like the way it is. I really just enjoy any track that Lisa puts out. Some parts of this I'm reminded of Alex Leahy, mixed with some minor pop sensibilities, maybe. It's different, and anytime Lisa puts out something, I'm excited. So it's really awesome. Pop vibes to it too. So there's just A lot of really good pieces to all of this. Next up at number 16, Welcome to My Blue Sky by Mama. Now, this is indie rock for days. I hear I Want You Fever all the time on Sirius XM, and honestly, I'm not mad. I like that track a lot. Um, that track specifically reminds me of the band The Breeders, along with a little bit of Metric mixed in there. If I that's at least what the vibe I'm getting when I listen to this. But the whole album is just early 2000s mixed with some of that 90s stuff that I like too. But when I listen to it, my brain is going back to that early 2000s rock. And if you've been on my channel for watching my channel for any length of time, you know how much I love that early 2000s music, and that's kind of my niche that I like to collect in, is that, especially on vinyl, is that early 2000s rock sound, and this is one that really just hits that. It hits it just right. Coming up at number 15, we have What Remains by Pop Evil. I have been a longtime Pop Evil fan. If you watch any of the collaborations I've been in, or just know me at any point, or watch any of my things, you know how much I like Pop Evil. They're a band, honestly, that I've seen the most live. I'm preparing in March to see them for the 10th time overall. I was okay with their last release, the one before What Remains, but this latest one is the right balance of new Pop Evil and what I like about the old Pop Evil. It was just this really good mix of vibes and the way that they go about the hard rock and what they're trying to do now with the newer stuff. At this point, I've pretty much, when I go to see them, I've seen almost every single iteration of their lineup. So as it's gone along, it's been interesting to see where they go musically. I know they stay within the same genre, but it's really interesting to hear where they're going within that sphere. I'm going to keep things moving along here with number 14, Bloom by Larkin Poe. Now, I don't think I've covered this act or this band on my channel before, but I have been a casual fan for a few years. I heard Bloom early in the year, and every time I heard it, I liked what I loved what I heard. They mix blues and country. It's just pure candy to the ears, and the way these two think about music and the way they approach songwriting is something that's refreshing and different, but also comforting and a little familiar. It's not like going to be like a Foxy Shazam where you're like, whoa, what is this? It's crazy. Not crazy, but a little out of the way for some people. It's a little bit different with the way they approach music, and that's what I've always liked about them. Number 13, Corporation P.O.P., or Corporation Pop, however it's pronounced, by Hot Milk. Finally took a listen to the band Hot Milk, and I was not disappointed in the slightest. They label themselves as power pop, but to me, it's a little bit different than that. There's just power in everything. Overall, one thing I really enjoyed through listening to this is the guitar work. The guitar work in this is just excellent, and mixed with the vocals, it was a really interesting ride to sit and listen to this the whole time. I really enjoyed it. That's all the notes I really have on here. I'm going to try to make these videos not too long. So we're going to keep moving with Uncovered by No Apology. Now, this was suggested to me via a friend, and I'm so glad that I decided to take a listen to this album. Metal music has always been a favorite genre of mine, but in the last couple of years, when I've been listening to and putting up my best of the year lists, metal has been lower on my priorities for whatever reason, but this was so good. And No Apology reminded me that I'm a metalhead, and this is what good modern metal is. You have these really powerful vocals and such good song structure throughout. It's metal music, but it's different and yet almost the same in a sense that the approach of everything and the way that everything was done with this was just so awesome and so different. And lastly, for this video, coming in at number 11, is Virgin by Lorde. Now, Lorde is back and in strong fashion. This album just barely misses my top 10, just by maybe a hair or a margin. Lorde's music has always been in my head, and it's some of the best, just in general, music that I like, and this album was no exception. Lorde's voice is just so unique, and I always love the way and the approach to music. Anytime I see Lorde putting out anything, so I'm really happy to have heard this, and it's anytime Lorde puts out, it's one of those artists. I said it a lot, but Lorde is one of those artists that when something comes out, I sit down, I take a listen, I deeply listen, because there's a message. There's messages in all music, but the way Lorde approaches messages in music is just something different and unique, and something I like. So that's going to wrap it up here for part 1. Part 2 is going to be 10 to 1. I also have a couple of honorable mentions here, but this is my first time doing it in this fashion. I have a new iPhone here that I'm hoping to use as a full-time camera. And now that I see that I can use my computer, it's going to make things a lot easier for me to go out and make videos here. I may go back to sitting in the chair where you see the records behind me. I don't know right now. With the way my tripod was and trying to figure things out, I like to be able to see myself, and this is the better camera on the front. Although I liked the way the camera looked on the front side. This is the back camera, but I liked the way that looked. But at least for now, at least for these couple of videos, I'm going to try something a little bit different by sitting here at my computer. But let me know down in the comments below what were some of your favorite releases back last year, 2025. And I am working diligently on the next part, where you get 10 to 1. And I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're watching this. And as I say at the end of everything, at least that I create, I don't say it really necessarily when I'm in collab as much. When the waters get rough, keep on sailing. Take care and see you in the next video.